Oh, my acquaintances. So, a bit of a rage bait title going right now. I had to catch your attention because there's some things that I really want to talk about. And foremost, let me get this up. I'm all for underconsumption and ethical consumption, all for decluttering. I don't like over-consuming or buying things just because they're trendy. So, I agree. I agree there. But what I've seen is a lot of minimalists. They are talking about collections, and collecting is being called hoarding, and they're being used interchangeably. And I don't really fuck with that because are people not allowed to have interests? Are people not allowed to have sentimental attachment to items anymore? Are we not allowed to like things? Not keep something just because it's too similar to something else you have or it's not useful? I feel like these de-influencing accounts that are minimalist,
shut up!
They just don't understand because they might be miserable. You just might be. Okay? And it's really, it's not black and white. It's not a fine line between minimalism and hoarding. Okay? It doesn't have to be that. Hoarding. This is unnecessary. Yada yada yada. When it's just somebody who has one interest and they have a lot of things from that interest. More than minimalism, yeah, and over consuming and minimalism. So, are you hating because you're bored? I'm not talking about people who just, once again, de-influencing, telling you to ethically consume. That's fine. I'm talking about the people who hate anybody who has more than 2 cups. Okay, we can have more than 2 fucking cups in our cupboard. That's not bad. The minimalists who think that maximalism or like anything above minimalism is evil. It's just simply that's not the case. So to those that are just genuinely hateful and spiteful, because most people like me, I'm like, oh yeah, minimalism is cool, it's just not my thing. But they can't say, oh yeah, that's just not my thing. Collecting is just not my thing. They say,
collecting is evil and you're over consuming and
are you hating because you're bored? Because it's not healthy to have zero stimulant. And there's been some studies about that from like beige moms' children. If they have no visual stimuli, they're not healthy. They're not doing so good. There's been a lot of studies about different colors of paint and how that affects the brain and everything like that. And that's not to say, like, some people, this lifestyle would stress them out a little bit. And that's fine. But having nothing except for 3 IKEA plants, whether they're real or fake, it's not good for you. That's just been proven scientifically to not be good for you either. So, not hoarding, okay? I watch a lot of hoarders. Something of a hoarder myself. I try to avoid hoarding as much as possible. Right here, there's a gigantic bin of stuff I'm getting rid of. There's Ozio on the Hoarders TV show, hit TV show. And once said, she says, the difference between a collection and a hoard is that a collection is properly displayed, okay, and they know what they have. And a hoard you don't know what you have and you're just mindlessly consuming. And it's not displayed properly. So, if somebody has like a ton of makeup, more makeup than they could ever use, in your opinion, have it all displayed in a way that they can see every single item, they know how much they have, they know what they have, why is that an issue to you? They're not telling you you need all of this makeup. They're not telling you this is normal, this is a normal collection. It's just their interest. It's not normal for one person to have this much Splatoon items. I will be perfectly honest with you. But it's something I like, and it's something that inspires me and motivates me, and that's why I keep it in my office, so that I can look at it and be like, wow, I want to work, and then I work. Because it's stimulating. So, I do collect maybe one too many things. I collect minimalism is cool if that's what you want to do. But it's just because someone's not a minimalist doesn't mean they're a hoarder, and it doesn't mean they're over consuming and unethically consuming. Every item in my collection, I could tell you where I got it from, and I accrued them one piece at a time, or maybe like a few pieces at a time. And I wouldn't say I'm affluent. So, you know, I try to, most of the items are from independent artists. Most of the things that I get, I try to check where I'm getting them from. And even if I want something very badly, if it's from something where I know it's unethical, like Dolls Kill, Shein, I don't purchase it. Trying to de-influence people from buying a whole bunch of shit from the TikTok shop because it's cheap, or buying like a whole bunch of single-use plastics or stuff that's just because it's trendy. That's fine, I get that. But calling anybody who wants anything, or let's say it is trendy, but that is just their interest, regardless of it's trendy, and they're not gonna throw it out once it stops being trendy. Is that really it was such a big splash? Like, we might have lost the plot. I think that we might have lost the plot. So, that's all the points that I really had highlighted in my brain. I think I wanted to say some more things that could have been funnier, but I took too long to make this video, so now I don't remember. I'm not saying clutter your house. I'm not saying you have to be a maximalist or a collector or anything. I'm not even saying that you have to have interests. You can be boring. That's fine. Or you can have interests that don't have a physical presence in your home. But there's nothing wrong with having a little life in your house. I don't know. Does that make sense? I feel like minimalism is quite trendy. As well, you could argue. The clean girl aesthetic. And I don't think one is right or wrong. That's the thing I have the issue with. Saying that one is right and one is wrong. Because it's not. No, it's not. No, they're not. And drugs at the house. We're all gonna die. You know the. Bye. Subscribe. See you later, all you haters.